Welcome back. Now we're going to talk about doing a fee sheet on a correspondent loan. So if you're going to do a fee sheet on a correspondent loan, you've got a lot of options. As correspondent loans, you don't have to disclose your SRP, which is similar to YSP, so you don't have to disclose the yield that the rate is making when you price the loan. On this particular example, let's say that the rate is paying back 2 7/8, 2.875. Well, you're not going to see it anywhere on the fee sheet because we don't have to disclose it. As the acting lender, we don't disclose that. What you are going to see is a little bit different. Some people will simply put the Silverstone half and 250 up here and be done with it. Some people will leave the half and 250 off, raise the rate up a little bit, cover that cost, and leave it off altogether, which just cleans up the fee sheet a little bit. But the way this one was done is that because the rate was already making 2 7/8, they disclosed the 2% that they wanted to make as origination, in addition to the half and 250 for Silverstone to cover the house. So they disclosed what they wanted to make right here. And then down at the bottom, they did a line item credit under line L of almost the total SRP. Not quite. It's somewhere between 2.75 and 2 7/8. So somewhere between 2 3/4 and 2 7/8. I'm not sure where this number came from. It might have been somewhere or somehow related to what the borrower could pay or had the ability to pay. So anyway, that was right here. So that was put in manually as a lender credit, which comes directly from the yield that's made on the loan from the rate. So over here you see that the closing costs are actually accurately represented, and the lender credit reduces that, making the cash from borrower really low. So at the top, you could do this a few different ways. You're not going to mess with this area here usually, although you could charge a discount. You could put it there or you could put it up here. Now, if you put it under discount, it's my understanding the client can use that as a tax deduction. So there's a plus for that. Not sure what the ramifications would be for one or the other than the client being able to use it as a tax deduction. But you do need to represent the half and 250. So this was just on this loan, it was just added in, no big deal. Now, because the loan was already making 2 7/8, couldn't we just simply not charge this and be done with it? Well, let's look at what that would do. So let's go to the bottom and look at this real quick. Cash from borrowers about $1,000. Now, if we take the lender credit out, that makes it $3,700. Now let's go up here and take this out. Take that 2.5 and 250 out. Now let's see what the bottom looks like. About the same as it was. So why would you disclose your house fees and your rebate? Why would you disclose your earnings if you don't have to? Well, I can't answer that question. This was not my loan, but all I know is you could do it this way, and you would end up similar to the other way. This one was just done this way to represent it to the client, to show them that we are crediting money to them. Basically, we were charging 2.5 and 250 and basically crediting all that back in the form of a lender credit. So I forgot what that number was, 2669, something like that. And we end up with about $1,000 cash from borrower. No big deal. So don't worry about disclosing your SRP on a correspondent loan. You do need to remember that the half and 250 is going to come from somewhere. It's either going to come out of the SRP yield, or you got to charge it to the borrower or something. You could actually you could do this in a simple way. Let's say you're making 2 7/8. You could leave that off. Okay. Let's say you're a 3% loan officer. You could just do this as a 0.5. Charge that to the borrower. Half and 250 from the for the house. Okay. Actually, we would do lender, same thing, Silverstone, and then leave it like that. That way, the closing costs are a little higher because you're actually charging the house money to the borrower. You're not disclosing your 2 7/8, but it's only $1,800 cash from borrower. Now on correspondent loan, you got to make sure on the good faith estimate. In our last video, we talked about how this needs to be, this good faith estimate is being provided by a broker. So you don't check that. And if you're charging a discount, you can check this box here. The creditor charge for the interest rate on this loan is included in the origination charge. If you, yeah, so, but anyway, that's kind of the overview on a correspondent loan.